Hi, I'm Emily and I want to show you how you can make some really cool outfits for your PJ Masks toys. So if you think about the costumes that you wear, maybe you've got a nurse, you've got pirates, policemen, that kind of thing. Wouldn't it be super cool if you could make tiny little outfits for your PJ Masks toys? I'm going to show you how you can have a go at doing it yourself. So we've got all our characters here. We've got Owlette, we've got Catboy and Gekko. My favourite's Owlette. I love her. But I think the first thing I want to do for these little guys is go off and look in my toy boxes, look at the kids' toys and have a look, see if I can find some props, some things to give me some ideas about what costumes I might make. Maybe a horse or a treasure chest or a first aid bag or something like that. The Sylvanian or the Playmobile will be a good place to look. So I'm going to go and do that and then we'll come back and we'll take it from there. I found a horse and I thought that would be great with this little gun. And then we've got a cowboy. Also, I got a treasure chest and look at it, it's full of treasure. It's fantastic. And with that one, I thought I would add this really cool little gold sword. I found this syringe and this ace little backpack. So that would make a perfect doctor or vet or nurse. I got some pens and some colouring stuff out and I did some sketches. I printed out some pictures of the PJ Masks from the internet, stuck them in my little sketchbook, and I've done some pictures here. And you can see I've dressed up Gekko here as the cowboy and I've done Owlette as the nurse because she's got her backpack and her syringe. I thought maybe I'd make her a little apron and a hat. And with Catboy, I thought he'd make a good pirate, so he can have the treasure chest and the horse, and we'll make him a little eye patch with some elastic and felt to help me make patterns for the little outfits I want to make. But I've managed to print it out so it's just about the same size as all our little characters there. Oh, Owlette, come back. So you can see they're the same size. So what I can do is use that printout and I can make tiny little patterns. So what first of all I'm going to do is cut out her little printout. Draw on a little apron so I know roughly what kind of size apron she's going to need to fit her. And the hat, you want that here. You want to make it big enough that you can do some sewing on it so you can embroider that across. And the face mask, probably going to want that about this kind of size. Then what you want to do is put the apron on top and cut it out. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. There's the apron. So I'm going to put it with its label so I know what's what. Let's cut out the hat next. Oh, that's perfect. We just need to put some elastic on there. The mask on here. Oh yeah, that's perfect size. So there we go. So there's her 3 pieces. So get your embroidery thread made up of lots of different strands. If I separate it out for you, so you can have a look. So this is just embroidery cotton, embroidery silk sometimes. Get it from the shop. You might find your nan uses it for cross stitch, that kind of thing. So actually in here there are 6 threads. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and twiddled here together 5, 6. But there we go, I've managed to get it through. So I'm going to put a knot in the other end. I'm going to twist the thread around the needle, pull it through, and I've got a really nice knot. Can you see it? Just there. So I'm going to have the hat that way up. It doesn't matter which side you do it because it's felt. So you go through from the back. And there's your little cross. So we need to neaten up the back. So there's our hat. We'll do the same again on the apron, but I think it ought to be a little bit bigger. So put a knot in, there's my knot. I've got my lovely little Owlette. She's already got her little syringe. She's ready to go with that one. And I've used the big needle that I showed you earlier and the shoelace elastic, this one here. and I threaded it onto the needle and then put it through all my finished pieces of felt. So the apron first, I did an up down running stitch, it's called, along the top. You can see I've just gone through the felt there, and then that's the back, and I've tied it in a little knot. So that one we can pop over her legs. So in you go, Owlette. And there's her little apron, her little nursey apron. Tuck that round. So the next thing I've made for her was the little face mask, and that one really straightforward. I've started here, gone through the felt around the top and through the felt the other side and tied it in a knot at the bottom. Like a real nurse or surgeon would in a hospital. So finally I've got her hat, and that's very similar. Just thread the needle with the elastic on, slide it through your felt and give yourself a little loop with a knot on it. So she's got her mask, she's got her hat, she's got her little apron, and I think finally we just need to put her backpack on. Can you get that one on, Owlette, without dropping your syringe? Yes, she can. So she looks like a little Florence Nightingale, doesn't she? A real little hero of a nurse, ready to go and save some lives and treat some little sick children. So off she goes, and I'm going to make a start on Catboy and his pirate outfit. Doo-doo-doo. So then, Catboy, time to be a hero pirate. Arr. So we've got our notes from earlier, so I'm going to start with that bandana because I think that's probably the easiest bit of the costume and really give him some character. I've cut the corner off and I've got a triangle, so I'm just going to roll that triangle up. If any of you go to guides or any clubs like that. So next we're going to make up a pattern for his eye patch and his waistcoat. So we'll do what we did with Owlette. We've got our little printout. Just to give me an idea, draw on an eye patch so I know how big to make it, and a little waistcoat. So I think, looking at my drawing from earlier, I've got the two sides, haven't I, like this, and I will need to make a back to it, but I can use those sides as an idea. So you can see I've cut out the eye patch, and that I'm going to just thread some elastic onto, so that one's going to be really straightforward. And the waistcoat here, I've cut the two front pieces from my drawing, that's these two bits here, and then I've made a back because otherwise where are they going to sit on him? So what I thought I'd do next is just raggedy up the bottom. Literally at the shoulders, just a few little stitches, so pop it through. And then I've just got to sew up the sides, so I don't want to sew them up too much because Catboy's got big hands, aren't you? So we've got to close that little gap up there that we've got. So I bring them together, start about halfway down the side, there we go. I've already threaded my elastic onto my needle. I've got that big needle in that I use for Owlette, and this is so simple on the eye patch. There we go, and what we can do is measure out how big we want it and just tie a little knot in the end. Catboy's got his bandana on, here's his waistcoat. So I think the best thing is if we get one hand through first. I tell you what, I think that's a pretty good job there. So you can tootle off with all your other friends while I work on Gekko's costume. So it's Gekko's turn. So Gekko is going to be the cowboy. So for a cowboy, what I really think, obviously, is the bandana. We've got that already on our notes. And I don't think I need to make a pattern piece for that one. I think I can probably make it the same way as Catboy's little headscarf with a triangle. So it's just the chaps that we've got to concentrate on. So we need to make sure they're going to go over his legs. So you need 4 of these. So you'll have one for the front, left and right, one for the back, and another one for the back. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the elastic, and then I've used the red fabric and I've cut another triangle. I'm going to keep the bandana to one side. We don't need to do anything with that at all. So I'm going to take 2 of these felt pieces for the chaps, put them together so that they're lined up, and I'm just going to sew down that short edge there. So that's the outside of his leg. Elastic, wrap it round. You want it to overlap a little bit, so just overlap it a bit and then snip off what you don't need. There we go. Keep going up and down until you feel that you've got it completely secured. Now I've overlapped it. There we are. Remember to make sure that they're in opposites. So you've got that one that way, this one this way. And you want just a little tiny gap, see, between them at the front, just there. That's on his legs. The back of the leg, I'm going to bring it round so that it's just here. And the same on the other side, just there. You see, if I pull it open, I'll probably just about see. And once I've sewn them on, I'm going to bring it round to there. So it's time to get you dressed then, Gekko. So first of all, let's get these chaps on your legs. Yeehaw! I'm going to tie that around his neck, so bring it round to the back. I know you're going to hold on to this one for you. You're like a sheriff. There we go. So, Gekko's dressed up and ready to go to the rodeo. Let's get him together with his friends. So there we go. We have the lovely little Owlette as Florence Nightingale. We've got Gekko on his steed, Gekko the Cowboy. And we've got Catboy, the swashbuckling pirate. I think it's time for our new friends to go on their adventures.